Friends, the aim is 100 comments with as much 5 stars as possible. Right now we're at 41. The goal is 100 by August 31st. Can we do it? I think we can. You can make us smile again. Let's go. So after a live of me explaining myself as to how I feel about this song, other people have been complaining, but why listen to me? I mean, why not just listen to Wayne as to his intentions with the song and see if we can judge from anything that he's saying? Let's go.
No. Yeah, she said she was gonna talk to you about it.
Yeah, yeah, but you don't think you went a little bit too far with the song?
I want to say yeah, just to sound normal,
No, be real
but
with me.
I really don't because it's just the art. You know, it's like business, and it just it's like art. You don't have to put the whole truth in there, but a piece of the truth, and then after that, you put the beat and sound around it to make it sound good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Wayne, but the difference between art and business, man, the similarity between them both, there's still integrity. You know what I'm saying?
Where's the lack of integrity? This is exactly the problem I'm still having with this argument. I hear everybody that's talking, but I don't see the lack of integrity. Did he talk about Amber's body? Did he talk about, I don't know, Amber Pum Pum? Did he talk about anything that was that you could have said, you know what, this identifies Amber? For example, it's like me coming out and I'm talking about my experiences working in a mental health institution. As long as I don't come out and I don't name a client to the point where you can recognize that client, then there is integrity in it because you can give it as an example if you're on a panel. This is exactly what it compares to at this point.
And
Yeah, and I feel like it's integrity. I feel like this is integrity in our circle. And to be honest, I understand what you're saying too. But just let you know my heart, bro. You know how me and you basically like brothers, Anthony. It was just something that came to my mind. It was inspired by the truth, and that's what I do with my comedy too. It's like when I tell a joke on stage about my baby mama, it's truth, and it might hurt a little bit, but it's the same way on my end. You know, I dish it out, but I can take it too. So I didn't mean no harm. That's just who I am as an artist.
but I mean, also too, man, you could have came and talked to me, at least before you put it out, just on some consideration type stuff.
Okay.
So in other words, okay, and this is why I may have issues with this. So in other words, going forward, anything he writes that is in his mind now, because how music working is like you'll have whatever you're going through right now, you'll be able to write on those experiences. I remember living in when we're in Jamaica pretty much and you're living at the ghetto for a period of time, you can write a lot of ghetto lyrics because you live there. No, I probably, it'll be tough for me to really and truly write a ghetto song that someone else can actually feel. By ghetto, I mean inner city or whatever you want to call it here. It'll be tough for me to write one of those songs and actually have people feel it because I'm not living that actual experience. This is what I mean. This is what I'm talking about.
What part of the song, and I'll continue which part, the only part of the song that was true to me, she smiled. And I was talking about you. You got her smiling again. Now, what part of the song that you felt like was disrespectful?
So you weren't talking about you in the song? That you, yeah, that I met.
I was just thinking about not her, like me. It was just about a girl at that point. I'm just like, okay, well, if I would, I know which part you talk about. If I would have knew, I ain't gonna play stupid. If I would have knew he was gonna hurt your heart, and it's just in art wise, basically like guys like me get a bad rep for hurting girls' heart. But I'm like, well, shoot, if I would knew you gonna hurt your heart, you could just stay over here. I want to talk about her. I'm not making a song for Amber. I'm making a song for the world.
And that's the problem that people are not getting. It's a concept. People need to start learning to understand concepts. Concepts come from storylines. What he did was to write a song based on a concept. And I think that's what people are not getting. If he was writing, he was name dropping things. And David, being that you're Jamaican, me know you watch and see a lot of clash artists start talking about certain things. When them get very, very graphic about somebody else, maybe them talk about, me no know, them pum pum or they might talk about some intricacy thing in the bedroom. If that was what the song was about, I would have agreed with what you guys are saying. But that's not it. This was a very universal song, something that other people could actually relate to. And I think that's exactly what people are missing.
For these experiences, man. But I get what you're saying, but I just want to let you know from the bottom of my heart, I ain't mean it like that, man.
I think it's much about nothing. Honestly, I think it's much about nothing. I believe it's just a concept and I think it's too much. The bigger story, as I say, in all of this is that, okay, so now when things are written, right? If Anthony feels some way about it, are we not going to put it out because Anthony feels as though it is an attack on him, like it's a personal attack? That's the question I have to be asking now. I know everybody will go to the song and whatever. And I'm saying, are you not reading the bigger picture here? The bigger picture is going forward when this artist sings different things. Let's say it's something that me no know clamor to what's happening with the two of them and them relationship. Is it that no, Anthony will have to now hear this to pass it first before it gets anywhere else? Because if that is the case, what that means is that Anthony will have the power to shoot this down. Him going to have the power to shoot down anything at all that Amber is actually doing, which I feel is very risky. And that's exactly why I said that it's one of two things. Either Amber is willing to say, you know what, this is music and I'm going to do my music however it is that I want to do my music. Anthony, you have your businesses that you work on your businesses. But this is my business. And I handle my business the way I handle it because I believe in what I'm trying to do. It's either she go and work it that way, or then just say, you know what, tell you what now. Because I don't want to create any issues in my household. And because this marriage is coming off of the rocks, and I'm trying to appease Anthony's heart, because that's really and truly what's happening here. Because I want to ease Anthony's heart. What I will do is I will just leave the artist to Wayne, have Wayne pay me money, and move on to the next business idea. How that sound? Because that's exactly what I'm seeing from all of this. But hey, let me know what y'all think. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all.